Fallout 4's Automatron DLC has some really good loot and some really good additions to the game. While the questline is rather short and will only take 3 parts to cover the entire DLC, it would still be a good idea to prepare yourself before you strike out on these quests. For your armor, Winterized power armor is probably going to be your best bet because it provides an excellent blend of laser protection and explosive protection, which is what the bulk of the robots in Automatron use against you. And for weapons, the top choice is the spray and pray, which can be found if you wait around long enough at the entrance of Vault 81, which is sold by a merchant named Cricket. She dresses pretty inconspicuously, but you'll know her by her caravan Brahmin. If you can't get one of those, a 50 caliber sniper rifle seems to put the robots in her place, or Righteous Authority, which can be gotten by completing the intro quest to the Brotherhood of Steel. Again, I can't emphasize the usefulness of the spray and pray enough, because not only is 45 caliber ammo rather reasonably priced and easy to come by if you have a couple merchants in your settlements, but it also cuts through the robots like Star Wars battle droids thanks to the explosive effect and the rapid fire nature of the SMG. To start the Automatron questline, first load the DLC, and then get the prompt to listen to the radio, which will be pretty much anywhere in the Fallout 4 map. After listening to the distress beacon once or twice to figure out where it's coming from, travel to that location and you'll find a bunch of robots fighting each other. Kill the robots who aren't shooting at you, and then rendezvous with Ada. The conversation with her is pretty straightforward. However, if you have a high charisma, you can pass a couple speech checks and learn a bit more about Ada and her caravan. Be sure to check the bodies of the now dead caravaneers to pick up a notebook that will tell you some interesting bits of backstory and lore about the caravan and what they were doing before they got besieged by robots. Ada will then need to become your companion for this DLC, which really there's no reason not to have her as she's got a crazy high carry weight and you can easily modify her to be incredibly potent in combat. And then she'll mark a location on your map to find the robots and destroy them in hopes of figuring out who this Mechanist fellow is. Fast travel to your nearest location from that point, and then go do some robot killing. You'll notice that you'll encounter a robobrain for the first time since Fallout New Vegas, and once you defeat it, it's going to drop a particularly interesting part. Take the part to Ada, and she'll explain that it's a tracking/command device that the Mechanist uses to control the robot army, and that if you can install it in Ada, she can reverse engineer it to find the Mechanist lair. In order to do this, you're going to need a robot modification station, which is no small part in your settlement. It'll take quite a bit of high-end salvage to make this thing, so be ready to go and do a few side trips to get some useful parts. A few handy places to start looking are the fish packing facility in the northeast, which not only has literally hundreds of bits of aluminum around, but also a bunch of synths whose weapons have a lot of handy-dandy fusion cells and also can be broken down for various plastics and electronic components. Next on the list is the Automatoys factory in the south, nearby the start of the glowing sea, which while populated with a bunch of really tough super mutants, has more giddy-up buttercups than anywhere else on the map you're going to see. Be sure to make sure that Ada's empty on her pack before you come, since the weight does add up. Finally, if you still don't have enough odds and ends to make your robot facility and a few upgrades for Ada, head over to the Saugus Ironworks where you have the quest Out of the Frying Pan and the Here There Be Monsters, and just strip it for parts. There's plenty of things there, a few handy bits of ceramics here and there. You should be able to get yourself what you need. Finally, head back to the settlement of your choice and construct the modification station. Briefly converse with Ada to figure out that she's fairly confident that it won't turn her into the Mechanist mindless robot army, and go ahead and select Ada as an option to modify the robot in the Automatron workshop. Feel free to also upgrade her if you have the parts to do so, since this will make Ada a much more capable combat companion, as well as put a few extra pounds of carry weight on her. Now, to little surprise of anyone that's played any sort of questing game before, just one of these tracking devices is not going to be enough to find the Mechanist, and we're probably going to need 2 more according to Ada. She'll mark on the map the next place where you're likely to find one of these devices, and you'll be prompted to head over there and kill a bunch of robots. We'll go over hunting down the robot trackers and other roadblocks in this quest in the next part of this series. For now, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions about this part of the quest line, feel free to ask and I'll gladly get back to you. For now, be sure to subscribe so you can see the next parts of this quest line, And as always, thank you so much for watching.